What's wrong with this story? Under the headline, "Cop Who Saved Our City," the Sydney Daily Telegraph page 1 said, "Hero cop Detective Sergeant Jeffrey White's gut instinct stopped 2 bombs, more powerful than those detonated at the Boston Marathon, from exploding in the heart of Sydney." The would-be bomber was yesterday jailed for a minimum of 20 months. 20 months! He should have got 20 years. David Lear had made the bombs, packed with ball bearings, nails and pieces of chain, and 2 days before he planned to detonate them outside the Sydney Eye Hospital in the CBD, he was nabbed after an anonymous tip-off to police. His maximum sentence of 3 years and 2 months was bad enough. The minimum of 20 months was a sick joke. Meanwhile, in Canberra, bombs of a political nature were being tossed. The main culprit, Clive Palmer. On Twitter this week, I called him a political pig, and on Sunrise, a poltroon, a despicable coward. His deliberate attack on the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, Peter Credlin, was despicable. Don't get me wrong, I think politicians' advisers can be fair game. Go back more than 40 years, when John Gorton was PM. He appointed a 22-year-old as his PA. When a minister got demoted, he blamed the PA. He said, "It wiggles, it's shapely, and its name is Ainsley Gotto." But Palmer accused Credlin of driving Tony Abbott's paid parental scheme agenda, that had only been brought in to give her a hefty bank account injection when she got pregnant. Now, it was common knowledge that Peter Credlin had had a long IVF struggle to conceive a child. If Big Bully Palmer didn't know that, he should have. Or his speechwriter should have. And anyway, he could and should have apologised later. Then there's Malcolm in the middle. The Communications Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, got savaged by Abbott's PR men, Andrew Bolt and Alan Jones, this week, for not supporting the budget strongly enough and for not denying any leadership ambitions strongly enough. It was a manufactured leadership headline which did their dear leader no good at all, and their precious party some short-term harm. Very silly. And the Hypocrisy of the Week award has to go to the Victorian Labor pollies, and especially their leader, Daniel Andrews. Labor polls and their supporters rightly condemned the tippler in the top hat, John Kerr, when he shafted Gough Whitlam and toppled an elected government in 1975. This week, with a straight face, Andrews went on telly to demand that Victoria's Governor, Alex Chernov, intervene and presumably order Premier Napthine to call an early election, which Andrews thinks he'd win. He even suggested that he and the Premier go visit the Gov together. Imagine back in 1975, Gough and Malcolm trotting off hand in hand to Yarralumla. Give me a break. I'm Derryn Hinch. That's life. See you next week.